My name is RJ LaValle, and this is the Shipkeeper's Log. Jesus.
Busy day here at the Amistad. We've got Matthew Otto out on the bowsprit. We'll talk to him later. Right now it's not a good idea. I'm just saying it's not a good idea to talk to you right now. Oh, wrong way, sorry. So we're pulling in the 4 stays from the bowsprit. Yes, engine is running. We're winterizing a couple of the engines, at least changing the oil. Somebody else is doing that for us. Nick. Mystic Seaport Museum. So, we've run all the chain out of the lockers. So the chain, we're going to replace this container with something that looks a little more period appropriate. Let's see what Matt is doing out here, shall we? So, loosening right now the inner foremast stay. All right. Mine.
Take it under the cover and make it someplace.
Under the cover,
Under the thing, yeah.
Mine. Okay. Make tightly. Make tightly.
Just like that, because we got to disconnect the other end.
Gotcha.
I guess I should do this one too, huh?
Yep. Yep. Of course, we chose to do this on a really crappy day. Ugh. So today, taking care of these stays, the 4 stay, because we're going to take the bowsprit out. So we've loosened all this gear. We ran out of time though, because there's this one shackle over here, I think it's off camera, that just wouldn't come off. It's on the other side, of the port side. Just wouldn't come off. And then you'll see there's this part of the 4 stay that's up here. I'll show you in just a second. Coming through the end, it's all twisted. This bowsprit has not been taken off in over 5 years, maybe 6. So we have some gear that just really needs some attention, and we'll get to it. course, this morning when we first started, It was nice and calm, but it was rainy, it was cold. My hands were just killing me. But now the wind's picked up, which thankfully I'm done with working on our little push boat, because as you can see, it's getting all choppy and a little more difficult to manage. So, unfortunately, Matt Otto had to take off, but now I get to clean up everything that we have left behind. I'll show you some of the details.
So all this other stuff is going to be for remaining of the winterizing process of the engines. We have to put a lot of these things in the raw water systems, and I don't know why we need the rest of it, but we'll see. And now, as I showed you earlier, we have all this anchor out, or the chain out, which is going to stay out until I figure out how to make a new anchor locker. So that new anchor locker is going to go here, and what I wanted to do is actually fit that profile more nicely, have more rounded edges, because that's really not a good thing to have on deck, a little square corner over there. And we're actually going to build a little step to it so it's easier to get down to access. Well, it's nice to get on top of it for all sorts of reasons, and also a different cover. Remember that plywood cover we had before? Yeah. Let's make that go away. Whoops, sorry about that. All right. So what do I have left? I have taking some of these lines in, cleaning up the deck, and that'll be it. Oh, let me show you the old anchor locker. The old anchor locker actually was quite elegant, and I'm going to fashion the next one off of this design, because why not? Make it somewhat contextually appropriate. See, look at that. Ain't that pretty? Yeah, so we're going to do something very similar to that in the next design. And I actually have a lot of brand new 10-quarter cut oak in my house that I think I'm going to dedicate to this project. Alright, so that's that. The wind has come up, as you can see, as you might probably hear in the camera. And let's get to cleaning this deck up. All right, so we got the chain, talked about that. We got the other bobs or other stays into the bowsprit. We have this gear here with 1.5-ton chain fall, which is attached with Crosby clips bolted on basically to the 1-inch wire rope that is the inner forestay, that are then clipped to what's called a pair clip, and that is pulling down or pulling forward as much as possible on the foremast. We will do that with the outer forestay eventually, but this little piece of gear took a lot longer than we thought it would today. So we got that. We have that is basically empty, so we can start working on that project this winter. We have Nick, who's taking care of the engines. We have all of this other gear that has to get labeled, and we have a long shot I will give you. Stuff from the Charles W. Morgan. And there we go. So there's the inner forestay now. We saw that. And that's helping pull that foremast forward. And there's that outer forestay. What's going to then come to the other side, the other hawse pipe on the starboard side, doing the same work as this inner forestay, and that will do the work of keeping the foremast from falling backwards after we remove that bowsprit. The bowsprit at this point won't be coming off till probably after the first of the year, I'm assuming. What a day. Miserable, rainy as it first started, getting work done on the boat and right in that little push boat, moving stuff around, taking stuff off was just horrid. 3 wardrobe changes today. Started warm and then put on all the rain gear, and then obviously is taking it off at this point, and figured throw on the festive hat because why not? We just passed the winter solstice and the holidays are coming up for many people. Got a lot done. We have a lot to look forward to in the new year, but for right now, this Shipkeeper is going to wish you all happy holidays.